Alright. Let's get to it. We are running a little behind. First time in a while, actually. I'm pushing all the buttons. Let's go. Alright, we were in 17. We just got to 17. It was a forever battle. But it did move us up a chapter. So what do we got? Lots of red. Let's do a story. Gotta get those done too. I'm gonna get all 6 of those done today.
Go on, have another glass. I'm offering top shelf drink for bottom shelf prices tonight. No need to fret over your coin purses.
See? This is why we keep coming back. Nobody treats us better than our Hasabara.
Asabara.
Quite the crowd tonight, eh? Good to see it.
All thanks to you for supplying me with that mead.
Thanks to my good fortune, you mean. I got it for so cheap on account of the batch not measuring quite up to the brewer's usual standards.
Still, look at how happy it's made them. There's nothing I love more than seeing my tavern full to bursting like this. Thank you, Eridor.
It's nothing, honest.
They gonna bump
And
uglies?
just like that, they've nearly drank me dry. Might have to close up early tonight.
I think they're gonna bump uglies.
Celebrating something, Hasabara. Whatever it is, we'll drink to that.
I wish I could. Seems the barrels have run dry tonight. But if you'll come back on the morrow...
Run dry? You've enough for these drunkards? You can't spare a drop for those of us who are risking our lives for you on the battlefield?
Uh-oh.
Ah,
Hey, who are you calling a drunkard?
Don't you fools go spoiling the one spot of happiness we've had in a long while.
Enough! My tavern's a place for forgetting troubles, not stirring them up. You do well not to look down your noses at the very people you've sworn an oath to protect. You want respect? Go out there and earn it by ending the war. Then there'll be drink aplenty to go around.
You tell them, Hasabara. They're no better than us.
You lot aren't blameless either, you know. These soldiers do put their lives on the line to protect yours. They get enough grief on the battlefield without you giving it to them off it.
I'm sorry. I don't know what came over me.
No, I shouldn't have let my temper flare.
Look, there's still some drink left here. How's about you raise a glass together?
Yeah. You can have some of ours, too.
Well, don't mind if I do.
Level head you've got on your shoulders there, Hasabara.
Asabara.
It helped that you pitched in when you did.
Ah!
They're gonna bump
that
uglies.
hits the spot.
Doesn't it? Here, I'll pour you another.
See, now this is what I live for. Giving people a place they can come together and leave the worries of the world behind for a while. Somehow, I know this is what Theo would have wanted me to do. If only I could raise a glass with him.
Aye, I reckon he'd be proud. You've made a spot of sunshine for people that don't get much of it these days. People like me.
What with business booming again, it looks like I'm going to have my hands full for a while. Don't you worry for your mama, Theo. As long as there's ale to be poured and smiles on her customers' faces, she'll be just fine.
At least it was short. Alright. I'd like to know how much conviction we have. Alright, let's see how the sand people are doing. Isant? Fuck them over.
Milo has sent a dispatch from Glenbrook.
Boss.
Within the Grand Rosalian mines lies... It would seem salt crystals were found within it.
That's right, bitch. You're done.
Impossible.
The discovery of salt outside the source explains Gustadolf's recent...
How can you be so calm? The teachings tell us that salt is a blessing, bestowed only upon the goddess's followers. The discovery of these salt crystals is an existential threat to Hyzant.
Salt crystals are salt too. We need only keep word of this discovery from spreading.
Of course. But how?
The Hierophant has spoken. Minister Exham, you shall raise an army and seize the Grand Norzelian mines in Hyzant's name.
The Hierophant asks us to invade Glenbrook?
Do you have another way to silence King Roland and his royal hounds in House Wolfort?
Minister Serenoa is one of us, and thus is honor-bound to heed the Hierophant's word. But we know not if he will do so, or if he will cast his lot with his precious king. You shall ask him yourself when you surround Castle Wolfort en route to the mine.
And if he resists?
You are free to deal with him, as we do with all who forsake the goddess.
Bring it on, man. I can't wait to bring them down. Can't wait. We need to kill off 2 of the Saintly 7. I am surprised by the woman. I thought she wouldn't be so dickish as the other ones. What's going on with this girl? What's her problem now?
Tell me, why did you bring me all the way out here? Was something unclear in my explanation? Well, truth be told, I was clutching to the hawk for dear life. I could not make out a single word of what you said. Well, then perhaps it's best to simply show you. What? Oh.
Izana, my love.
What? He lived?
I'm overjoyed to see you unharmed.
You're alive. Where have you been? I looked for you. I looked.
I caused you worry, and for that I am truly sorry. I went to meet you, but on the way realized that you were being followed by Hyzant's watchdogs. I threw myself at them to serve as a distraction. You managed to escape, I see. So my efforts were not in vain.
You fool. You should not have worried about me. What did they... What's wrong? Are you wounded?
The goddess of salt has scant mercy for those who have renounced her. The marks her scorn left remind me of their presence on cold nights like this. The night I escaped, I fled to my home. However, I returned to naught but ashes.
They burned it down.
Deep into the mountains. There I found refuge with a kindly old woman, where I've lived ever since. Until now, that is.
You asked me for my assistance, and I am as good as my word. I hope
my efforts
did not
didn't disappoint.
I expect you two have much to talk about. I shan't disturb you any longer.
Mistress Huette here explained to me how you've come to be in their service. I would give anything to aid you in your fight, but...
Say no more. Do not worry, my love. Leave everything to me. I shall bring this war to an end, so that no more innocent sacrifices
He's gonna get
are
to
made
sit
upon
back
the
and
altar of
watch.
faith. But for now, let me spend this night by your side.
You're not gonna show that, are you? That one was short too. Alright, we got the twin. Has his troops at Twin's Gate and rallies them by revealing that the Grand Norzelian mines and salt crystals have been taken from Ezreal. Guess we'll do this one. I think we're gonna have to do the other one anyway. It says main story. I mean, they can't have many troops left. We keep killing them all.
I am gladdened to see each and every one of you, my ironclad brothers in arms, here at Twinsgate. I have asked you here to tell you of a most fortuitous discovery. We have found crystals of salt deep in the Grand Norzellian mines. Alas, Glenbrook has taken those very mines from us. What's worse, Glenbrook's esteemed House Wolfort is led by one of the saintly seven of Hyzant. They will no doubt be informed of the salt crystals, and their precious religion will be shaken to its core. I trust you can all imagine how Hyzant will respond to such an affront. They will not go quietly, but will instead seek the crystals for themselves.
He's right
that
about
their
that.
reign of terror may continue unimpeded. Therefore, we must subdue Glenbrook and seize the mines for Essos.
What if it's going to be a
if we
three-way
are to
battle?
counter this grave threat. But we cannot stop there, for that will only draw Hyzant to our gates. They will stop at nothing to conquer all of Norzellia in their name.
He's also not wrong there.
The duchy has never been in a more precarious position. But we will not yield. We subscribe to no faith, and we bend the knee for no king. We shall greet our enemies at Twinsgate with cold, hard steel. Our newest weapon, the Death's Knell, is nearly complete. With it, we shall strike back at Hyzant. The false goddess shall crumble beneath the sheer force of our iron will, and Hyzant reduced to rubble along with
I say let him do it.
Raise your swords, my black iron heroes. Your names shall be cast in iron when the histories of this day
What's
are
up, Squirrel?
written. You shall be known as the defenders of Esfrost.
My man.
For Esfrost!
Oh, yes. The Death's Knell will reduce many a falsehood to rubble, dear Gustadolf.
Uh-oh, he's plotting too. He just wants revenge for his nephew. SSDD, what else can I say? Sure. I don't know what any of that means. SSDD. I'm an old person. I don't know that stuff.
Lord Serenoa, may I speak with you?
Oh,
About that noblewoman, yes? Eridor's told me what happened.
you're not wrong there.
Forgive me. I know that I should have waited for your orders before acting. But I could not leave
You are
that
not
woman to
wrong
her
there.
devices. The longer the war goes on, the more the people suffer. I imagine their feelings toward their
I'm kind
rulers
of surprised
must
this
be
one
sour.
is connected to the other one.
In spite of this, that woman tried to use your name to wrest their food away. Had we let her go free, people would have thought she was acting on your orders, and their mistrust of you would have only grown.
I'm just glad it's Friday. We just gotta get through one more day and we get a little bit of
We had
rest.
to show them that soldiers stand for justice and acted. I accept whatever punishment you deem fit.
There will be no punishment, for you have committed no wrong.
Duh.
My
I
lord.
mean, that one was a no-brainer.
Anna looked into her. It seems that woman's ill repute dates back to her days in Glenbrook. Likely, she thought to obfuscate her misdeeds in the Crown City by hiding within my troops. But she wasn't able to conceal her true self in the end. I suppose she thought to earn my favor with the stolen food. Unfortunately for her, she misjudged my principles.
Now she's in jail.
Forgive me for my oversight in this matter. I shall take all necessary precautions to ensure nothing like it happens again.
So, you aren't upset with me for throwing a noblewoman in jail?
Had I been in your position, I would have done the very same. For her misdeeds in Glenbrook and the crime you caught her committing, I shall order her banished at once.
Ooh.
She will never again be welcome in the Wolfort domain. Let it serve as a deterrent to any others who would prey upon the common people.
Banishment.
I meet someone so committed to holding those of high birth accountable for their actions.
Ooh, we're tired. We were running a little late today. I didn't want to get out of bed.
Must be a house the people can trust.
Of course, my lord. You have my word. I knew I made the right choice. Unlike Patriot, Lord Serenoa is a man worth serving. Yes, I finally found where I am meant to be. I cannot rest on my laurels. Yes, I must serve my new lord as best I can.
We gotta plug it in. We'll never have enough juice. Alright, one more character story and then we'll see what's happening up in Astral. That's a lot of dialogue.
This place was host to a battle not long ago, wasn't it?
We have come here to help. Let us offer what relief we can.
I never imagined the war would spiral this out of hand. Before the fighting started, all I cared about was becoming the realm's greatest blacksmith.
He would be a lot more useful if he
dreamed of forging.
He had a variety of traps. He just kind of has the one trap. They have no idea which ending.
But what
I don't even. I know there's multiple endings because of the paths and all, but I don't know how many. What's up, Miss Willows?
I have pondered much on that question.
She shut that door, didn't she? She shut that door.
And have you arrived at an answer?
Well,
there they are. Thanks for the sweets you gave us. Hey, let's play a game.
Very well. What shall we play?
You want in that room, don't you? I know that's what you.
Apologies, Jens. You may return.
Jens?
You didn't wait for me.
There are 4?
Come on, over here.
He totally blew that guy off.
I believe I may have found my answer, Lord Serenoa.
Alright. Let me go open the door.
Courage,
I know that's what you want.
kindness, warmth that kindles a smile upon a child's face.
Butthead. Such a butthead.
The fortitude to keep fighting, no matter what trials you may face.
I do want to see, like, when we got to the big
Your heart remains
3-way decision.
and unbroken.
I wonder if we can save dear old Dad.
That is what will end this war. You, my lord, and the unmatched weapons you carry within you.
Hey, you should play with us too.
If you insist, here I come.
Alright, what's going on up here? No, not even the Nazarian, because...
Have you heard the popular rumor, Lord Claris?
That Hyzant intends to raise an army against Glenbrook? Yes, I am familiar.
So it's reached the consortium then?
King Roland has only just reclaimed the Crown City with Hyzant's help. Not to mention...
And now they're gonna turn on us like a bunch of assholes.
Ordinarily, such a thing would be unthinkable. But the rumors are so persistent that I think something may be afoot.
For example?
I wouldn't be so restless if I had an example to give.
Esfrost gathers its troops at Twinsgate. Might they have heard the rumors as well?
Perhaps. A battle for the very soul of Norzelia may loom on the horizon.
But therein lies the opportunity for merchants like us. You can't wage war without a surfeit of supplies.
You're quite right about that.
And each shift in Norzelia's power balance opens new business opportunities.
Will the Consortium continue trading with Hyzant?
Fuck them.
'Tis difficult to say. I believe House Wolfort's actions from here on will be key to the Consortium's decision.
House Wolfort, you say?
Indeed. They've been involved in most every conflict between the three nations on this continent. Why stop now? I shall wait and see how Lord Serenoa responds first, lest I make any hasty decisions.
Hyzant has learned of the salt crystals. Minister Exham of the Saintly Seven wastes no time in mustering his army, which now marches...
I'll wait, kill off on the Saintly Seven. Beat his army, kill off the guy.
Elsewhere, Gustadolf amasses his own forces at Twinsgate in anticipation of the war to come. All eyes are on Glenbrook, where Roland and Serenoa's pronouncement could touch off a battle for the soul of Norzelia. After much deliberation, Roland makes his way to Castle Wolffort to inform Serenoa of the decision that now weighs heavy on his heart.
Alright, let's knock out one more. Someone's talking.
Who in their right mind sends an old man on a scouting mission? Oh, goddess, take me. I can't wait to retire. Of course, I can't very well do so until the war is over.
What will you do once it is?
I can't say I have any plans in particular. But there is one regret I'd like to remedy. I'd like to find my first love. I still dream of her. Even all these years later.
Huh.
She was the general of the Esfrosti forces.
Oh my God.
During the siege of the Citadel of the Sands. The turning point of the Salt Iron War, that was.
It's not the, this lady.
We were enemies, yes, but it was clear from the battle we waged how much we admired one another. She caught a beautiful figure on the battlefield. Her every movement was majestic. More than anything, she was a fierce... Truly, there is none in the world like her. I wonder what might have been had we met in a tavern instead of as enemies.
I see. I hope you can...
As do I.
You gonna jump out and save him?
Looky here. Let's get them before they wise up.
Oh, he took an arrow to the knee.
We're too far away. Inhumanly possible. Monster!
He caught an old man monster.
How did you sense those bandits from such a distance?
Rats like that will never get the better of me. Till this war is over, I've only...
Oh, I thought the old lady was gonna step in.
See, you mean that.
Ah, that's it. I know what I'm going to do when we're done fighting. I'll travel the land till I find the Esfrosti general who caught my eye. It's strange, but I sense her presence wherever I go. Might be she's closer than I think.
Yeah, we were. Well, the fist fighter was a general.
If that's the case, I'd better do what I can.
Gotta be
in
her.
this war and fast. Time to work twice as hard for an early retirement.
I mean, he looks ancient. Nice. That wasn't too bad. Nice and short. What is your decision? Let's crush the Hyzan. I'm gonna fucking just. I want to blow them out of the water. Tell everyone about the salt.
I appreciate you coming all
Fuck
this
them
way,
over.
Roland.
Smash the statue with the salt in it.
I was the one who asked for your time, so it is only natural I make the journey. I wish to tell you that I finally made up my mind.
And I would hear your decision if you were willing to share it with me.
I've long pondered over the one thing that Norzelia needs most. I thought back on the Salt Iron War. 30 years have passed, yet the root of our conflict remains the same. Each nation still thinks only of itself, wishing to fill its coffers even at the expense of others. But who bears the brunt of such a war?
The people.
Exactly so. The avarice of the ruler is an existential threat to their loyal subjects.
And yet without that wealth, the people suffer just as much. They languish in poverty.
This much is obvious, but there can be no winner without a loser. Remove one, and you necessarily remove the other. If we achieve equality, we achieve peace.
And how do you propose we achieve? No.
He's not gonna get rid of the crown, is he?
Surely you don't mean.
Yes. The goddess's teachings. All can live as equals under the goddess. An authority greater than any king.
No fucking way. We're not doing that.
The model nation was in front of us all along.
No, we're not doing it.
The holy state of Hyzant. I have decided that we must give the salt crystals in the Grand Norzelian mines to Hyzant.
Fuck him. Assassinate him right now.
So doing, you'll give them control of all Norzelia.
Exactly. There will be no more squabbling over salt. Norzelia will know eternal peace at last.
Unequal peace, surely. One built on the backs of a people like the Roselle, if not the Roselle themselves.
I am not blind to that fact. But so few will suffer for the good of so many. Nothing in this world is perfect, Serenoa. The sacrifice of the few for the good of the many. It's the only clear answer, and one I would give every time I were asked.
Submitting to the goddess will rob you of your kingship.
So be it. My crown. My pride. They're but small prices to pay for peace.
You are truly prepared to throw it all away.
Assassinate him.
Join me, Serenoa.
Take the crown for myself.
Let us unite Norzelia under
Nope.
the holy state.
Nope. Not doing it.
Roland, this is quite sudden.
I understand.
If we go to the scales of conviction, we overthrow the crown.
Rika will want nothing to do with this plan, seeing as it forsakes her people. I am already mourning the rift this may cause between you, but I shall not be swayed. This will be my final act as Glenbrook's king.
I'll take the throne. I didn't see that move coming. What a dick. He didn't want to be king anyway.
King Roland's anguish plays plainly across his face. It pains me to see him so tortured.
Fuck him.
I'm not surprised. The future of our kingdom, to say nothing of the entire continent, rests upon his shoulders.
Pray tell, what do you intend to do about the salt crystals?
In truth, I cannot decide. Salt is too precious to be hoarded. We've a duty to share it with the people, which...
Where the difficulty lies, yes. The source makes that all too clear. Salt lies at the heart of every war in Norzelia.
Would that the boundless salted sea of Rosellan legend still existed. We'd have no need of conflict if there were a source of salt for all.
My love, if I may, the discovery of the salt crystals has made two things plain to me. The first is that my mother spoke true in the legend she passed on to me.
And the other is that the goddess's teachings are nothing more than a lie built to constrain your people.
Just so. We are guilty of nothing. Yet the Roselle languish in the source, where they are looked down upon and forced to work until they die. Entire generations lost. Countless lives given to Hyzant's cruelty. Cruelty created to justify Hyzant's own avarice and lust for power.
Such is the ugly lie at the heart of their teachings.
One revealed by a crystal of the mineral they hold so dear. The time has come, Serenoa. The Roselle must be freed. The salt crystals have brought us to the brink of war. We can harness this unrest, incite the Roselle to rise up and rebel against.
It's a 2-for-1. We get to free them and
I am with you. Believe me,
fuck
I
over
am.
Hyzant.
But you make it sound so...
Simple. Yes, I know. But the suffering of my people is so distant for everyone else. We can no longer wait for someone to do the right thing. Help isn't coming. Why else would my own mother incite rebellion? We are alone.
I swear to you, none of this feels distant to me. The Roselle live in my domain. I am betrothed to you, my dear. It couldn't feel any closer.
And I thank the stars that I have you by my side. In truth, that's why I think this time will be different. Why I'll be able to accomplish what my mother could not.
I agree. But the risk is immense. Suppose we succeed, what then? Hyzant will not let us go quietly.
Of course not.
We'll crush them. Fuck them.
And when that time comes, you can lead the Roselle to Centralia, just as your mother wrote about in the book she left behind, beyond the Great Falls in the Folk's domain at the end of the Norzelia River, the ancestral home of the Roselle.
But that's just a legend.
We've already found one legend to be rooted in truth. Perhaps this one is as well. And if not, at least you'll be safe from harm.
I doubt Benedict will share our feelings, though. Abandoning all we've built to embark on a journey fraught with danger in search of a legend. Yet no matter how perilous the path ahead, I would happily walk it at your side.
Confused by... It was kind of her idea, like, well, our places are at war, we kind of don't need to do this betrothing wedding.
I trust you understand what a monumental effect the discovery of these salt crystals will have on Norzelia's history. Whatever course of action we choose will determine whether House Wolfort leaves a legacy in that history, or is expunged from it.
How would you proceed, Benedict?
I would do all I could to keep it from falling into Hyzant's hands. They already control the source. With the crystals in hand, they will solidify their grip on the realm and in time dominate it. The siren song of a false equality under their goddess shall blanket the land, claiming every domain and its people.
Even though they count me among the Saintly Seven?
Even then, for that matters little when the equality they espouse is dictated by the goddess, or should I say, the Hierophant. In the end, they will have the same life and death control over all Norzelia that they now hold over the Roselle.
I can't remember if he asked to be a Saintly Seven. They made him one.
From the battle with Esfrost have only begun to heal.
But I can't remember if he asked to be one.
Hyzant will destroy us if we wage war against them in our current state.
We'll be fine.
But they stand little chance against us if we ally with Esfrost.
I'd do that.
Ally with Esfrost? Are you of sound mind, Benedict?
Quite. Think about it, Firm. Esfrost wants nothing more than to loosen Hyzant's grip. They will go to war if it means control of the salt crystals.
Our interests are broadly aligned, yes, but...
Esfrost has been building toward precisely that purpose for some time now.
You speak of the Death Knell, the weapon that Cordelia mentioned.
Precisely. A weapon capable of reducing the goddess's shield to rubble, leaving Hyzant's capital ripe for the taking. Without that weapon, we cannot win. You need only say the word, and I shall convince Esfrost to join our side.
I appreciate your candor, Benedict, and I do not doubt you could secure Esfrost's cooperation. But I fear the harder fight is within our own domain. King Roland's heart will not be easily won.
Oh, he's not going to be happy, yeah.
I bid you listen closely and calmly to what I'm about to ask.
From whence this somber tone?
Do you believe King Roland is fit to rule?
No, he's weak.
What are you implying?
Decorum is of little use when the fate of our realm is at stake, Lord Serenoa.
Let's bust out the ring.
Spend the rest of your life in servitude to another?
Not another word, Benedict. Roland is more than my king. He is my friend.
He's your brother.
You are Lord of House Wolfort, whose military prowess is known to all Norzelia, not the guard dog of Glenbrook and Hyzant. What else are you here to do, if not to protect your house and keep its banner aloft? But you have the potential for so much more. All Norzelia could be yours if you but desired it.
Treason, if not outright regicide.
Regicide?
These are your suggestions.
Never heard of that one.
Of course not. The blood in your veins and the royal family's ring are claim enough to the throne. There is no need for violence.
I told you not to speak of that again.
But you did not tell me to forget. The time to reckon with your lineage draws near. You must make a...
Murder of royalty or a king?
I've heard enough. Leave me.
Just know that I will do anything you ask of me, Lord Serenoa. I pray that you make the right choice, but for yourself.
We're gonna take the throne. We're gonna take the throne, crush Hyzant. That's what I want to do. Got the scales. We got one more thing. We'll do the last guy. Let's knock that out. Got the scales.
Damn it all. At this rate, I'll never come.
That would be a better spell if it pushed instead of spun characters around.
Maybe I was never destined to be a great mage after all.
Even if it just pushed them like 2 squares or something. Doesn't have to be huge. Even one.
Hey there. Are you hurt?
Ow! It hurts so bad I can't even stand!
Not to worry. I'll fix you right up. So dry those tears.
Really?
Yep. The pain will disappear like magic. You'll see.
Wow! It doesn't hurt anymore. Thank you, sir. Grandma, look! My leg's all better now!
Well, I'll be. Thank you so...
You don't need to thank me. This is nothing.
Those robes... You wouldn't happen to be a student of the Archmage Grandante, would you?
You know my grandfather?
Oh, of course I do. What a great man he was. Always using his magic to help those in need, much like you. I was just one of many whose lives he saved. Why, that was over 30 years ago. I lost my house to the fires of war and nearly my life along with it. But he quenched the flames with his spellcraft and healed my burns. Had it not been for the Archmage Grandante, I would not be here today.
Even though Grandfather's name was erased from Hyzant's records, his memory lives on in the people he helped.
It sounds like he was a truly amazing man indeed. And I know he would be proud of you for following in his footsteps.
Do you really think so?
I do. And I have no doubt that one day you will restore the glory to your grandfather's name. No matter what the Ministry does to erase his existence, his spirit lives on through you.
Right. But I must keep practicing, that I might help even more people with my spells. Just watch me, Grandfather. I'll restore the honor of your name if it's the last thing I do.
Alright, this is like the one Scales of Conviction I'm looking forward to. story is approaching a turning point. It is recommended that you save your current progress. I already did that. No turning back. We're gonna shit on Roland's parade and slaughter Hyzant. Crush him.
You are certain Hyzant's army marches for the Grand Norzelian mines?
There is no doubt.
They've heard word of the crystals.
It was only a matter of time. We knew this.
Goddamn spy.
Esfrost's army gathers at Twin.
I thought she would be someone we could use, but we never got.
War's breaking out over this thing, and we've got to be ready.
How will Glenbrook respond, King Roland?
There's no need to prepare for war.
Cause I'm a wussy.
I have decided that we will surrender the salt crystals to the holy state of Hyzant.
What?
Furthermore, I hereby declare that the kingdom of Glenbrook and its people shall submit to the goddess and her teachings. There is no way to bring happiness to all Norzelia with the salt crystals, which is why I have chosen a path that will allow the greatest number of people to live in equality and harmony.
How could you? Do you not see that Hyzant's dominion over Norzelia's salt is why we are in conflict already? Is the suffering of the Rosal not proof enough that the goddess's vaunted equality is a lie?
She speaks the truth, my king. Handing over the salt crystals is tantamount to giving Hyzant's goddess free reign of Norzelia. Will you so readily surrender the realm to the Hierophant?
I acknowledge the abdication of my kingdom and kingship alike. A small price to pay in my eyes.
Bust out the ring.
In exchange for the security and prosperity of the many.
And the sacrifice of the Rosal, is that a small price to you?
Set him on fire too.
It is.
Oh shit!
Say such a thing to my face.
I, for one, oppose. I would prefer to ally with Esfrost and strike back at Hyzant. The salt deposits within the mines give us the leverage we need to convince Gustadolf to join us.
The people who killed my family?
Ally with Esfrost? You dare suggest we ally with the man who murdered my father?
I see no reason why we should not. You proposed abdicating the throne for the sake of the kingdom and its people. So you should have no trouble putting aside your own feelings and judging this matter.
He's a poor king anyway. He was shit.
My own ears.
Fucking hypocrite.
I will not have you lecture me on feelings when it is not your father he murdered.
None of you can see beyond your own grievances. It's no wonder my people have suffered for generations. We're told to believe in the goddess, while our own lives are thrown away to make a few more grains of your precious salt. And now, even with proof that the goddess is a lie, you would watch us dig our own graves for your comfort.
Lady Frederica, please. We shall speak of the Rosal in due time.
No, I've heard that before. Your due time is never, and I will not have you cast us aside for another 3 decades or more. All else is in disarray. If Hyzant seizes the salt crystals, we forfeit the best opportunity in decades to free my people. We know the truth. We must act upon it. We must be a light in the darkness.
We cannot afford to dilute our forces when the enemy marches on us as we speak.
So we are a distraction to you?
I am merely being rational. Liberating the Rosal would be extremely dangerous. We cannot take such a risk. Suppose we succeed. How do you propose we fend off the fury Hyzant will rain down upon us?
Esfrost would pounce on us, sensing weakness at the undue burden we've taken upon ourselves.
Precisely. We would be without allies and ripe for the taking.
There is another way.
And what, pray tell, would that be?
Rosal.
We set out alongside the Rosal in search of Centralia.
Oh, leave?
Centralia is a myth.
The legends of my people are true.
Pack up and leave.
Wit if they are. I will hear no talk of forsaking the Wolfort domain.
Silence!
Bust it out.
I have heard enough to know where each of you stand. Do you all hold the courage of your own convictions?
I do.
Nothing I've heard here has swayed me.
I feel the same.
Very well. But know that a choice must be made. There can only be one way forward. Face the scales of conviction and prepare to make peace with the outcome.
What we take today may well open a rift between us. Nevertheless, it must proceed, and I am prepared to accept its outcome. Where do these guys got? Thinking roll out of free against Urbanics convictions would diverge so greatly after all this time. Just between you and me, Lord Serena, what do you make of their plans? I believe the Benedict's plans to use Esfrost's ideals of freedom to extend to the top of all Rosalia. I think Roland tends to put his personal feelings aside to bring peace and equality to everyone. Frederica's wish is a human one. She desires to liberate those who have been cruelly oppressed. But in reality, humans usually only act in their own best interest, even if it means turning a blind eye to the suffering of others. Lady Frederica is a strong woman to stand up for what is right. Ignoring their plight now would be shameful, especially knowing what we do of their innocence. Everyone's choices are deeply rooted in their convictions. It makes me wonder if they'll be able to abide by the scales. It will fall to you to lead everyone down the right path. Of course, I wish for all of us to walk astride the same path as we always have. I am almost terrified to find out which way the scales will tip. I pray House Wolford makes right decisions. Who the hell are you anyway? You've never been here. You can't help but feel that our greatest battle lies ahead, regardless which path you choose. I know that this may not be the best time to say so, but my wife gave birth to our first child not a few days ago. To a father before a soldier, it is your duty to protect your house before that of Wolfhard. I will not force you to march with us. I only ask that you act according to your own convictions. We must pull together if we are to emerge victorious. I ask that you see us through this final battle. I bet if we make him fight with us, he dies. Will not force you to march with us. I'm gonna say this one. I'm pretty sure he's gonna die. We're gonna say that one. He won't be so lucky next time. Might have time to think about it, my lord. I was asked the time to think before making a decision. Let us both choose a path that leaves us with no regrets. Thank you. If he chooses to fight, that's fine. We go outside now. Okay, so we need to convince. Let's see what it says.
Serenoa.
Only we can free the Roselle to expose the lie that has kept them in bondage these many years. However, we must move quickly. With their gaze is fixed upon the salt crystals, I believe we can succeed. I hear your plea, yet I cannot help but wonder if you wish to act with too much haste.
But
I know not what I can do to prove to you that I have thought this through. I swear to you, this is no fit of pique. Benedict's strategy may also provide the chance to strike at Hyzant. Would that not be enough? It also prolongs this war and thus the immense suffering of my people. Even if we do prevail, you know as well as I that my brother is not a merciful man. He will not spare so much as a thought for the weak. Much is true, the Roselle's plight would then be buried once more amid negotiations. Time is now, only we have the power to save them. Power we forfeit if we assent with Roland's plan.
I have decided.
His is the one vision of a future that I cannot abide. Perhaps my concerns seem narrow when all Norzera is at stake, but I know you can save my brothers and sisters, I beg you. His office says fast, your words have no power here.
My lord.
We share a common goal with the Esfrost at the moment. It is incumbent upon us to seize the opportunity and rid Norzera of a Hyzant for good. Indeed, the Salt Crystals make an alliance with Ezreal possible, but Roland would never assent to it. He feels the weight of the crown, underestimates his own abilities, and has allowed his hatred for Gusudolf to cloud his judgment. He ain't wrong in any of that. I sympathize, but those matters should have no bearing on the welfare of our house. Perhaps you are right. Within what of Frederica's vision? Do you concede that her plan concerns our house?
Quite impossible.
I can see nothing, for her strategy is out of the question. She asks us to forfeit all we have fought to build in this domain. How can I reasonably entertain such a proposition? And you'll brook no argument otherwise. None.
We must decide.
May I remind you that you are Lord of the House Wolford, your duty is to your people above all else.
I believe I've
This moment requires a dispassionate mind. I pray you have one. Where's Dickhead at? Here he is.
Serenoa.
We must give Hyzad the Salt Crystals, Owl Esfrost, and unite all Norzelia in the name of the goddess. Else we will never know peace. Roselle will continue to suffer, 'tis true, but this will end the war as we know it, and countless more will live in peace as equal.
I have made my decision.
I will see this done not just for the people of Glenbrook, but for all Norzelia. Roland, you are the king. Oh, Sereno's saying it. Surely cooperation with Hyzad need not mean the forfeit of the kingdom.
I think not.
That is where you are wrong, my friend. My time on the throne has shown me that the people need a force more powerful than any king to show them the way. There are many paths that lead us out of war, Roland. Cooperating with Esfrost, for instance. End the war by allying with the very Archduke who set this in motion? No. Cooperating with that tyrant ends nothing. His avarice has brought only pain and suffering to this land.
Moreover,
if anyone understood the torturous path I've taken to arrive at this decision, I thought it would be you. Kiss my ass. Alright.
What do you need?
Each path before us demands a great sacrifice in exchange for a great reward. I'm sure King Roland, Benedict, and Frederica have agonized over their proposals. So now we must agonize over our own decision. This one should listen to reason. It may take effort. This one's... We're gonna go crush Hyzad for the people. I must say I'm surprised by your support for Frederica's vision. Even if that means we have to leave. I've been by her side for years, but even I must admit it is rather hopeful if I'm being charitable. Perhaps you see something I do not. Rosaria will be forever plagued by war. I wish to leave this place and create a new nation that knows only peace. My father has defended the Roselle all these years, and I intend to carry on his legacy. And true, I agree with you, her plan is imprudent and ill-advised. Not gonna do that one. We're gonna do this one. Yeah, we're gonna do that one.
I don't think so.
I think we chose poorly. I don't think so. Albeit one that would better served by protecting your domain first and foremost. How would he feel if you saved Roselle at the expense of the house? I have naught to say in response. Perhaps I cannot match what father accomplished.
What do you need?
It has nothing to do with you and everything to do with your circumstances in which you find yourself. You must see the world as it is, not as it once was. Here's the difference. So she's still undecided.
However,
here we stand after a bitter fight to claim the crown city, only for the king to speak of force. Nah, no shit. Fuck him. As his subject, it is my duty to follow his decree, and yet, my lord, the choice before us feels immense. I am utterly adrift. Pray tell me how you see the proposals from King Roland and the others. I need your guidance. I wish to place my faith in Frederica. You've taken Frederica's side in all this? What fascination do the Roselle hold for you, my lord? Frederica has shown me a future in which no one is beholden to Salt or indeed any nation. There is no better time to free the Roselle than now. While Esfrost and Hyzad squabble over the Salt Crystal. Frederica has shown me a future in which no one is beholden to salt or indeed to any nation. Let's say this one. Unless they're talking about like that, the myth. Centralia. Frederica has shown me a future in which no one is beholden to salt. Now we're gonna do this one.
I wonder about that.
Would that you answer the question I asked, my lord? I say again, what fascination do you... And what makes it worth the lives of your people and the sanctity of your domain? We know that the Roselle are but exploited innocents, not turning a blind eye to their suffering. They deserve justice.
But...
Izat sits suspended atop a web of lies, but setting them right will ruin the people of the Wolfheart domain. And a true lord does not forsake his people. We're striking out left and right.
Aye, lad.
Our sweat and bloods fed this land, built into a proper domain. I see no reason why we should surrender to all Hyzant. And Frederica, while I sympathize, asks that we risk everything for the sake of the Roselle.
Here's what I think.
Benedict's got the right of it, I reckon, but even that doesn't quite the nagging feeling I get every time I think about our options. I wish to place my faith in Frederica's. I stand with Roland. I agree. We're gonna do this. How could you possibly support Lady Frederica's vision? Have you gone mad? I'm pretty sure we're not gonna change his mind. The war will never end so long as we hold the salt crystals. We must relinquish them and break the cycle of violence. I wish to carry on, nay, surpass my father's legacy of protecting the Roselle. Need you with me. Outdo your own father. That's probably... I wouldn't have worded it that way. I know things aren't the way they were during the Salt Iron War, but is it not House Wolfheart's duty to come to the aid of those in need? Are we not to fight injustice and tyranny wherever it may be? You dare invoke Lord Sinon's own words? I cannot do this alone, Ardor. The risk is too great. Only if all of House Force unite as one will we have a chance to...
And so...
Ew. He's actually a deep thought. That don't mean anything, though.
Lord Serenoa.
Would march us to war. Would see Hyzant hunt us for all eternity. Perhaps her vision is not so different. So it comes to this. Ally with a one-time opponent or flee with Roselle.
However...
Both proposals all. Our tactics must be flawless. Well, why don't we just have them... Not have them. Ask them to fight with us. You know? Listen to reason, listen to reason, listen to reason. So you assent to Frederica's vision for the future. War is coming, a war for all in Norzelia, and you would forfeit your role in it. There's no better time to free the Roselle than now. Wow, Esfrost. Okay, squabble. This is how we end the war. Hyzant will crumble once we free the Roselle. That's probably true. If the Death Snell and Elfric are unleashed on the battlefield, the casualties will eclipse any war that's come before. That's true.
No.
Oh my god! Throw Hyzant in the gods, but only briefly. They will stop at nothing to restore order and maintain the authority of their beloved goddess. You forget there are those who question her authority already. Do you not think they would seize this opportunity and revolt?
But...
Possibly, but that is a slight hope in the face of an enemy so powerful as Hyzant. They stifled Everveld 30 years ago. Now they move to take the salt crystals and the mines in which they were found for themselves. If I may speak plainly, my lord, your strategy is too fanciful. I urge you to ground it in reality if you wish to collapse the holy state. Fuck me.
It is time to cast our votes.
I mean, I could totally get fucked into what I want to do here.
Roland's, Frederica's, Benedict's. Which to choose? Approach the scales of conviction.
Like if they choose, well, I would do Frederica, Benedict, and Roland in that order. That's how I want to see it played out.
You aren't wrong, but
Oh shit.
My apologies.
I mean, your ground was undecided.
I cannot be swayed.
I'm with you.
We got one vote. We said the right thing to get one vote.
The scales of conviction will illuminate.
I think we want green. Is that Roland? I don't want to do Roland. Okay. See, that's kind of. This isn't the one I wanted to see, though. I would like to have seen that on like another playthrough. I want to see the first one.
The way forward is decided. We will follow Benedict's plan and join forces with Esfrost to lay Hyzant low.
Yeah. Ooh. You know what? We're going to say yes. 1 is before the decision. 2 will be after the decision.
A tumultuous meeting exposes a yawning chasm between Roland, Frederica, and Benedict's visions for the future. Yet only one will emerge victorious, for such is the custom of House Wolford. As ever, the scales of conviction.
I mean, he ain't king anymore. I have to listen to a fucking word he says. And I'm still the lord of the house.
The time has come for judgments to be rendered, and leaders to steel themselves for the outcome.
He should have busted out the ring at the meeting and told Roland, "You're done. You're done as king."
We've chosen our path. We shall ally with Esfrost and
I wonder if he'll leave our party now.
State of Hyzant.
So you would kiss Gustadolf's feet and bribe him with salt? I cannot abide this idiocy. You will defeat Hyzant only to be conquered by Esfrost.
We are well aware of Gustadolf's cunning. He shan't take advantage of us.
Shan't.
You would ally with them only to stab them in the back later?
If need be.
Have you no shame?
Says the king who would deliver his own people to Hyzant.
Haha, zing!
Yes, for that is how we secure peace for the many at the expense of the few.
You know that is not true. Hyzant will conquer all Norzelia if we give them the salt crystals. All will be forced to worship at the feet of the goddess and follow her orders. Just as the Roselle have at
No shit, how does he not see that?
I see House Wolford is determined to walk their path astride Esfrost. But as King of Glenbrook, I will
You're not king.
Lord Wolford, I command you to march on the duchy and strike down Gustadolf.
What?
You remain my vassal. I dare you to
Oh, is he gonna bust out the ring now?
Roland, your majesty.
Do it.
You are bound by nothing, Lord Serenoa. You are no one's vassal.
What are you talking about?
Now is not the time, Benedict.
Do it. Do it.
Lord Serenoa is not the son of Lord Simone. His true parentage.
You cannot be serious.
Do it, 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 do it.
He did it. He told them all, baby.
King Regna fell in love with Lady Destra, a commoner living in the Crown City. When it came to light that she was with child, King Regna bowed to pressure from the royalists and had Lord Simone take her in. She bore a son, who you know today as Serenoa, heir to House Wolffort.
If this is true, and you are my elder brother, then you are not bound by my...
That's right, bitch. And as the elder brother, I get the crown.
Roland is the one with the royal ring, is he not?
Bust it out. Show it. Do it.
Even if this story is true, is it not Roland who holds claim to the throne?
Roland was not the only one entrusted with a royal ring.
So you possess one as well, Serenoa.
I do.
It is genuine. There is no mistaking it.
Right, bitch.
What Benedict says must be true. I've always admired you, Serenoa. I knew from the moment we met that you were worthy of respect. I always felt you to be my better, even as a leader.
Duh.
Yet I still felt a closeness with you I could never place. Now, at last, I have.
Roland,
All the more reason why I cannot concede to you now. Least of all to you, dear brother. Serenoa Wolffort. I challenge you to a duel. To the victor goes the crown.
Pray let us think about
He
this.
just wants to give the crown up.
On your guard, Serenoa. I do not say this in jest.
Cease this quarreling at once. Stop them, Benedict.
I cannot. They must settle this here and now if we are to move forward.
Listen to Benedict. This is not your fight. Do you have the courage of your convictions, brother?
It's the hardest I've seen Roland fight all game.
Stop this madness. I have no desire to sit upon the throne. I only wish to aid you in protecting our kingdom, the only home we've ever known.
I have no doubt. You've been a peerless friend. I would trust you with my life. But the truth has been revealed and our paths diverge. You said it yourself. There can only be one way forward.
That has naught to do with our lineage. Our bloodlines need not be shackles.
Shackles? Ha! I have fought tooth and nail to protect what you now decry.
I know you have suffered, brother.
How can you? You who had your father's love, the unwavering trust of your subjects, proved yourself time and again so effortlessly. I ask you to prove yourself once more.
Roland, please.
I have toiled in your shadow while you led House Wolffort to glory.
Not my fault.
I have revered you and envied you in equal measure. I long to be like you. And I long to claim victory over you. Just once.
I am not worthy of such adulation. Nor am I alone the reason we've come this far. We are all in this together.
I knew you would seek to erase yourself from our history if you knew how I felt. Don't you dare stray from me! Stand and fight so I can best you!
Put him down. Put him down.
Life does not always turn out how we want. Of this, you and I are now keenly aware. You asked me to put aside my feelings when you talked of joining with Azeroth. Now I ask you to do the same. Prove to me that you have what it takes to deal with Azeroth and crush Hyzant. That you can cut out a part of yourself to do what you think must be done. Show me you can create this bold new future you speak of.
Very well. The scales of conviction have spoken, and House Wolf.
Oh man, is he getting serious?
If you would stand in our way and seek to prevent us from walking the path we have chosen, so help me, as Lord of House Wolford, I shall cut you down where you stand.
Do it. I wonder if
Let us see who is the better between us.
the Dawn Spear might jump in, and we don't know if he's really dead though. Did he jump in right here? Oh man, he's going Super Saiyan. Fuck you, Roland.
Seems it was me, dear brother.
In the end, I cannot escape your shadow. Kill me. It is only fitting that it is you who strikes the final blow.
What will become of Glenbrook?
Ooh.
That is up to you. I leave the kingdom in your hands. You have the ring, the royal blood. And it was House Wolford that reclaimed the kingdom. The people and the nobles will assent to your rule. So long as I am gone.
Do it. Run him through. He won't do it.
This is no time to waver, Lord Serenoa. King Roland initiated the duel. The terms are his to dictate. Letting him live will only prolong our troubles.
Damn, Benedict.
You think I do not know that? You ask the impossible. My friend, my brother, is not meant to die by my hand.
You are cruel in your kindness, Serenoa. I have neither the constitution nor the fortitude to be king.
Oh, there.
I cannot lead as you can.
He's weak.
As your father did. I saw the terrifying limits of my abilities, and sought the sweet release of surrendering to a higher power. Would you have such a coward live?
I've watched you confront these parts of yourself for as long as I can remember. I've watched you strive to better yourself, to better everyone. You had my undying loyalty and trust. Oh, how I admired you, my friend. How I longed to follow in your footsteps.
And follow you did. But now you must overtake me.
I shall. Just promise me one thing. Promise me that you will watch over me. Every breath, every step, every word from my lips. And the moment you see me stray, you will set me back on the right path.
Oh my god, he's gonna fucking do it.
This I shall do, seeing as you bested me in combat. Farewell, Serenoa.
What?
May we never meet again as brother or friend.
I guess he is letting him leave in.
Not the parting I would have preferred, but as Roland himself noted, life does not always turn out as we want.
Not another word, Benedict. I do not trust myself to show restraint.
My love.
At least we have settled on a path forward. There is work to do.
I am king. King, lord, and a saint. All rolled into one. The Hawk, she's gonna want to leave with him. You got the hots for
Leave me, Huette.
I cannot do that. Or have you forgotten that you are my one and only sworn liege?
Then take this as an order from that liege. Serve Serenoa, as you once served me. I am the only one who need walk this path.
Your Majesty.
Dry your tears, Huette. It is unbecoming for a proud member of the King's Guard.
How can you say that? I never expected our parting to be like this.
I am sorry. But there is something I would tell only you by way of apology. My disagreement with Serenoa and hatred of Esfrost were no lies. I will walk this path, carrying these feelings with me, perhaps forever. But my unwillingness to ally with Esfrost runs deeper than a personal grudge.
Is it because you cannot trust Gustadov?
It is his idea of freedom I cannot trust. In a world of unbridled ambitions, people will stop at nothing to claim power. The strong will prosper, while the weak will struggle to survive.
So if we join forces with Esfrost, then someday Glenbrook will.
Yes. His ideals of freedom will inevitably create a clear division between the strong and the weak. I cannot abide by that.
I do not think Lord Serenoa wishes for a world like that.
Nor do I. But Benedict will stop at nothing to defeat Hyzant. Who knows what will happen once he joins forces with Gustadolf?
I understand. You wish for me to stay and watch over House Wolfort.
Yes. You must take care of Serenoa in my place.
Fuck, if I had known he was gonna leave, I wouldn't have leveled his sorry ass up.
You have my word. You needn't worry about a thing, Your Majesty.
You were a loyal and true knight, Huette. And for that, you have my eternal thanks.
So if he truly leaves, does that mean we can't use him for, like, the mock battles, too? Why you cocksucker? I'd rather kill him. If he's gonna leave the group, I'd rather have killed him. Yeah, I would have shielded him all the battles that he needed to survive, but I wouldn't have leveled him. I would have put it into people who were gonna stick around. You're with us or against us? Yeah. I would have put the resources into other people. Whoa, we got new rings. HP, max HP by 50. Grants immunity to poison. I bet they all have immunity to something. I've never seen instant death. Grants immunity to silence. Dude, that makes you a... Well, there's only one of them. I've never really been silenced either. Increase physical and grants immunity to paralysis. Grants immunity to sleep. That's only happened a few times. In this, grants immunity to temptation. Ah, lots of resources. I don't want to buy them. And I know we need quality and superior. I don't know if we need the basic stuff. Oh, that's only 10. Hey, we're getting a fucking. I know parchment is for a caster. Fuck it, we'll just go down the list. He needed obsidian. Anyone else need that? There was only one, right? Go ahead and unlock that. I think he. Oh, he's already done. Meteorite. Oh, she needs it too. Damn. I guess we're gonna give it to the healer first. Thorn. Anyone else need parchment? Alright, so rank 1. We need some fiber. Yeah, we need the basics. Free speed, magic. I don't really there's magic of it. I wish that was movement over speed. Go ahead and we'll finish him off. Saturday stream? Alright. Is this game over? We haven't done any fighting. It's been dialogue the entire time. What is this? Increase magic attack. Increase range of command abilities by 1. Wow. Grants an ally the ability to recover 1 time after falling. Damn, that one's good too. Tons of it. But we did kind of do all the side stuff. I don't know, both of these are really good. Let's start off with I guess that's like life. Who else? Oh, we were looking at basic resources. Yeah, we need a lot still. Let's just fucking buy it up. We need to leave enough money to get the upgrades, though. He's done at rank 1. Magic defense. Go ahead and get that. He's done at rank 1. See, I don't really want that though. It's just his book whack. I wish I hadn't got it for her. He needs this. Really don't need magic that's so fucking low. Who cares? Physical defense for her is very useful. After we finish this, it's going to be Ginger's game. Increase speed, physical defense, block. Care about her. Do care about her. She might be useful. What is this? Increased damage dealt by delay strike. Increased range of hawk dive. Increased luck by 2. Health, speed, effects of spells. Increased physical defense. Grants immunity being knocked back. Speed by 2. Physical defense again. There are a few different endings for that game. You did Ultimate Evil. I forgot what the name of it was. What's the name of it? Round. Increased damage dealt with a follow-up. Increased magic defense. Yeah, that's useful for them. Speed, magic defense, 15 HP. He's become quite tanky. Magic defense. Magic defense. Quality. Needs to be another. Alright, let's find someone where he's becoming quite useful too. He's so weak to magic though. Let's get this. You know, Anna. Good defense for Anna. If we can, we'll get. Never mind. Here, Stone. Deal ice type magic to all enemies within range and freeze the ground. Reaches further and deals greater damage than icy breath. Cool. Is that a new? I guess that's a new spell then. We'll get that. We're broke as fuck. I am looking forward to doing the mock battles on the weekend. We got another new one, the Desperate Assault. Defeat the enemy general, take care to avoid ranged attacks, quality fiber. I'm assuming they don't. I haven't talked to these guys except for once. I hope nothing's changed. Okay. So save spot 1 is before the big decision. Whoa. Who is this guy? Within the woods, man. We got a new person. We just spent all of our money. We can't upgrade him now. Oh!
Must you go, sir?
It's a Dawn Spear guy. He is alive.
Idle for long enough. But know this. I shall forever be indebted to the Roselle. I know not why fate delivered my battered body to the shores of your village.
No,
but I am fortunate that it did.
If he did leave, I thought he would jump into battle and save someone for his own life.
I owe my life to your kindness.
You'll have no doubt with us. We only did what was right. But where will you go? Safety is a luxury few are afforded these days.
I feel like if Roland had known that the Roselle had saved his mentor and father figure, his decision might have been different.
A single man can't fix this tangled mess of a world.
But I am not alone. Every moment my allies risk life and limb without me is a moment I owe them for their bravery. I must rejoin them at once.
I
see there's no convincing you otherwise. Very well. But we expect to hear news of your victory soon.
I sense the world is on the cusp of great change. Change for the better. When it comes, let us celebrate its arrival together.
You love it? We've had some serious plot twists today. I am liking it. I enjoy it. I can't wait to do like my other paths.
Well met, friends. I require passage to see Lord Serenoa.
King now, bitch.
And who are you? If you want an audience, you'll have to wait behind the rest.
Wait, that cape, it can't be.
Oh, we need to do profile on him.
Sir Maxwell has returned.
My apologies for my abrupt departure, my lord. Full glad am I to see you have managed without me.
After suffering a spell of amnesia, he remembered his mission and joined House Wolfar. He now fights to put an end to the realm's senseless bloodshed. It's the first time we get to see his face. He looks like Inez Frosty. I can't wait for the remake of Tactics. Where the fuck you been?
And none the worse for wear, I hope. It seems fate would have me take up my spear once more.
Your sissy boy left. You trained him poorly.
Where have you been? We all feared the worst.
Avlora's fell blow cast me into the river, and its cold embrace washed away my memories, along with my pride. I awoke in a village of kind-hearted folk. I might have stayed there, blissful in ignorance, had news of your exploits not reached them. It was then that old memories stirred, prideful memories, painful memories. My purpose became clear. I must end this war or perish in the attempt. I hope that I have not come too late to make a difference.
Of course not. We would be honored to have you fight by our side. I only hope you can say the same for us, Dawnspear.
Yay! I didn't think he would join. I thought he would die. Roland's instructor and the finest lancer in all Glenbrook, specialized mid-range attacks, possesses multiple powerful abilities. I wonder if his stats are already upgraded. What about the rings Roland had? Did I lose? Would I have lost that stuff? Since he pussied out and left? Like if he had rings, did he take them with him? 26, that's not bad. Give physical damage. Move 4 squares in a straight line. Lance hurl. Fuck him. Has to do a counterattack when attacked by just 2 birds with one. Grants 1 TP when attacking 2 or more enemies at this. Good strength, accuracy, his evasion's nice and high. I think it's only 3rd. Lots of HP. Well, we're not going to give you a luck. We'll give you a speed ring. Maybe a luck and by 2. That's pretty cool. I guess we'll give you that. That makes it hard to who to decide now. Where is he? Is he? Oh, motherfucker, spent all the money. everyone else, and then you find out, oh, here's a guy from scratch. Damage by 5, accuracy, HP, defense, magic. That's probably magic defense. Speed, dig in. That looks like a new weapon ability. Where is he? Is he in an encampment? There he is. Fell into the river. I was content then, knowing Prince Roland had been saved, but after returning from the brink of death, I realized that I had been given a second chance. And I wish to use that chance to bring a swift end to all this bloodshed. Well, your sissy boy left. Good job, man. It has been almost 2 hours of dialogue. And we still have dialogue. We don't even know when the next fight is going to be.
I wish I had never learned of my true lineage.
For the rest of the stream. I did get billed for the Game Pass. I was looking at my bank statement.
I was happy being Serenoa Wolfort, son of Lord Simon and Lady Destra.
No matter whose blood runs through your veins, you are still yourself.
Thank you, Frederica. But now Roland is gone.
What if he'll come back? Gotta come back, right? You spent so much time on this guy. He can't possibly fucking leave.
Someone's coming.
It looks like Benedict.
I am in no mood to speak with him. Let us conceal ourselves.
I think I've seen a couple streamers play that. It's like an over the top or top down kind of thing. I think it was last weekend I saw people playing that.
Lord Simon, Lady Destra, today I revealed the truth of Lord Serenoa's birth and drove Prince Roland from the city. Lord Serenoa will be crowned the king of all Glenbrook, but this is merely the first step of many. We will use the salt crystals to ally ourselves with Esfrost and defeat Hyzant. I will see to it that Lord Serenoa becomes the undisputed ruler of all.
He's got his own agenda?
He has the strength and character worthy of sitting atop this realm, and I shall carve that path to the summit for him. He did not wish for the position, nor this power, but no matter how much he resents me, I will ensure his success. He shares your blood, Lady Destra, and as such, I refuse to see him at the mercy of others again.
Why would you go so far?
Lord Simon, you were a lord worthy of my life's devotion. You were an equal to King Regna in every way. You could have sat upon the throne, and yet you resigned yourself to life as a vassal and took in Lady Destra at your liege's request.
We'll give that a shot too.
You two treated Lady Destra and Lord Serenoa as if they were no more than pawns to be traded about. Back then, I could not forgive you or King Regna. Lady Destra, even now, I find it hard to forgive myself for being unable to save you. Which is why I will make Lord Serenoa a greater ruler than his father or King Regna could ever be. This is my revenge against myself for being so powerless then. I will not repent. I will devote my life to atoning for my incompetence.
Benedict cared very deeply for Lady Destra.
Oh shit. I was looking at Death's Door. I clicked on the trailer.
No amount of regret will change the past. We have no way to go but forward.
It looks like a Zelda type game.
My lord, how did the nobles take the news?
They were surprised to hear of Roland's disappearance, as well as of my lineage and intention to ascend the throne. But there was not nearly as much contempt or disorder as I had anticipated.
I also explained that it was King Roland's own decision to abdicate once he learned the truth.
I think it may have been the royal signet that kept them so composed. They took it as proof that King Regna deemed Serenoa a worthy successor.
Even if they had objections in their heart, they could not act upon them. There is not a soul in Glenbrook who can deny the might and exploits of House Wolford. Princess Cordelia would have been their sole chance to challenge his ascension, but she is already within our hands.
Be that as it may, the people must see it as such. I will not be able to get their support should they think I usurped the throne.
Precisely.
In any case, it's hard to believe our young lord's truly the King of Glenbrook.
I never coveted this throne, but we have chosen to ally ourselves with Esfrost and have driven Roland away. I shan't run from my responsibilities any longer. I will take up the mantle of king to serve both Glenbrook and House Wolford.
A fine resolve, Your Majesty. We stand with you now, as we always have.
Thank you. Benedict, prepare for my ascension and our negotiations with Esfrost.
Not really the decision I wanted, but...
I will also continue working on our plans for Hyzant.
We cannot afford to lose this battle. Do what you must.
We may not have time for a battle.
Command.
So, now the question is, if we had picked Frederica's, would his lineage come out on the same decision, or only his decision?
Several days later, Serenoa announces that he is the son of the late King Regna, and that Roland, having learned the truth, has abdicated the throne. All suspect that there is more behind the announcement, but House Wolford has the support of many in the capital city, and so they accept his words. Thus, Serenoa Wolford takes the throne as the new King of Glenbrook. The joining of House Wolford and the Kingdom of Glenbrook is yet another twist in the ever-turning narrative of Norzelia. One which...
Oh shit! Whatever, I don't think there was much left. This is now long before the Archduke himself hears the news. Now, they can't control me as one of the Saintly Seven.
I did not foresee Serenoa becoming King of Glenbrook. What became of the abdicated King Roland?
Official reports say he left the capital to live a life of seclusion, but rumor has it that he absconded after losing a duel to Lord Serenoa.
Roland concealed his identity and fought hard to reclaim his kingdom.
Then he wanted to give it up.
He would not so easily relinquish the throne. The rumors are likely closer to the truth than the reports.
So House Wolford usurped the throne.
I did not take Serenoa for a man who had cast off the shackles of servitude by force. How fascinating it would be if the caged hawk broke free to soar the skies.
Without Prince Roland around, there is hope yet of restoring our relations with Glenbrook. Perhaps we could ask Lady Frederica to help us negotiate.
Glenbrook holds the Salt Crystal veins in their hands. No amount of negotiations would end in our favor. A bird that has flown the coop must be shot down. Whether they perish or return to a cage is up to them.
Coming for you, Hyzant. Coming for you.
I see everyone is here. What might this sudden meeting be about?
Everyone? You seem to be down a few saints. Oh, the other guy's part of the army.
You kept us waiting.
Ah, my apologies.
We still have never seen this guy's face.
Here to discuss the recent political changes in Glenbrook.
King Roland has conceded the throne to Minister Serenoa.
I don't know if I've ever seen that one.
The two are half-brothers.
What?
One saying 7 and the keeper of the teachings.
So, this was not a hearing of my crimes.
He's got his own agenda.
Do you know something about this, Minister?
Crimes? What crimes has he got?
No. What will become of Glenbrook?
There are rumors that King Roland has absconded, but the people seem utterly composed about the change of power.
Is this not a joyous occasion? With Minister Serenoa on the throne, Glenbrook becomes a vassal nation of Hyzant.
Not quite. We had intended to use Minister Serenoa to pressure King Roland into giving him control over the Grand Norzelian mines. But now he has both the Salt Crystal veins and the entire kingdom of Glenbrook in his hands. Our window of opportunity has closed.
Precisely. Any attempt to likewise pressure Minister Serenoa may result in us losing more than we bargained for.
He did not strike me as the sort of man to bite the hand that feeds.
He usurped the throne from his own master. We cannot afford to let our guards down.
Indeed.
Hear the Holy One's word. We must be wary of House Wolford. We will summon Minister Exham and his forces back to the city to protect our people.
Understood. I will dispatch a bird to him at...
I will have our spies in Glenbrook discern Wolfort's true intentions.
That's the belly dancer.
We must get our hands on those salt crystals.
At least one.
If House Wolford dares disobey the goddess, they must be exterminated at once.
This is my chance. If I can bring glory to Hyzant and restore my name, soon I will be.
That's the first we've ever heard of this guy having his own agenda.
King Serenoa invites Archduke Gustadolf to Glenbrook in hopes of securing an alliance with the duchy. Gustadolf accepts the secret invitation and makes his way to Whiteholm Castle. However, the salt crystal deposits uncovered in the Grand Norzelian mines are currently in the hands of Serenoa. A meeting between the two great rulers comes with equally great risk.
We finished a chapter. We didn't do a single battle. Yeah, we haven't done a battle today. We finished the chapter up.
What is the meaning of this, Lord Benedict?
It is as I said. The Kingdom of Glenbrook will cease all business with the Norzelia Consortium. The related parties should leave Glenbrook immediately, and any assets remaining shall be seized by the kingdom.
This is madness. Not only will you cut your ties with Hyzant, but the consortium as well? How do you intend to get your salt now?
You needn't worry about that.
So it's true. Glenbrook has mined salt crystals from deep beneath the earth.
It is no business of the consortium's.
You dare slight us after all we've done for Norzelia? The post-war accord said that someone must ensure the fair distribution of salt, and so we did.
And we appreciate all your efforts. However, King Serenoa has no need for the consortium in Glenbrook.
The nerve of you people. Hyzant will never forgive such insolence.
Save your tears for the long road back home. The consortium was only ever good for lining its own pockets, which is far from fair as I see it.
I see now. House Wolfort wishes to see the consortium eliminated in its entirety.
Your mercenary travels among the realms nation as a member of the consortium, an independent neutral organization that manages the trade of iron and salt.
In that case, I will return to Hyzant as you said and report this outrage.
Was it right to provoke him? Claris may use his underground connections to stop us.
That was my intention. He will now bring disorder to Hyzant's unity. More importantly, the new Norzelia truly has no need for the consortium and its control over salt's distribution.
The new Norzelia.
The world King Serenoa would rule. I have formulated a plan to bring about that new age. But first, our negotiations with Gustadolf must succeed.
Sir, Archduke Gustadolf's ship will be arriving any minute now.
Thank you.
I wonder if Roland will try to assassinate him.
The outcome of our negotiations hinges on King Serenoa's decision. I must speak with him, alone. The Archduke will be here shortly.
Thank you. Our future rests on these negotiations, doesn't it?
Have you read The Power of Salt?
I have. Lord Dragan gave it to us before he died. It contains all he gleaned in his research on salt. I thought it might give us a clue as to how we can convince Archduke Gustadolf to aid us. I understand now just how much potential salt possesses.
Indeed. It is not merely a seasoning for food. We have control over the salt crystal veins. We can use this to our advantage during negotiations.
But this is Gustadolf we're dealing with. Pressure and intimidation will only cause him to bare his fangs. Negotiate poorly, and we will end up swallowed by the duchy in the name of Gustadolf's freedom. What do you think we should do, Benedict?
Before I answer, I would know
Man,
one thing.
he always has bad news when he does this.
Is it your desire to monopolize the salt crystals, Your Majesty?
No, we do not want to do that.
I have no desire to do so. That would make us no different than Hyzant. And seeing as Gustadolf sought to break the Holy State's monopoly, I doubt he would ally with us.
But we will merely be used as pawns, should we give him the salt crystals.
I have no intention of doing that either. Lord Dragan's answers shall guide us. I will use the salt to bring about a free and prosperous Norzelia, greater even than Gustadolf could. If I can prove that to him, I am certain he would join our cause.
Precisely. You prove time and again you are worthy to stand atop the summit of Norzelia. I have a befitting strategy in mind. Lord Serenoa, would you allow me to negotiate with the Archduke?
Very well. We must have him on our side.
And we shall.
This will be the first day we've streamed without a battle. 0 battles today.
Most intriguing. You once refused to bend the knee to me at this very spot, and now seek an alliance as King of Glenbrook.
I could not have foreseen this moment either back then, nor that you would have your own cousin slain after discovering the salt crystal veins.
I hope you aren't expecting an apology. Have we not usurped the same throne?
I have not asked you here to discuss the past, but the future. I am certain you understand that taking on Hyzant alone is a fool's errand. We must unite if we are to stand a chance.
And you expect me to believe that one of the Saintly Seven wishes to defeat the Holy State itself?
We must prevent Hyzant from gaining complete control over Salt and consequently Norzelia. I even parted from a dear friend over it.
I see. I have no objections to overthrowing Hyzant.
Then let us begin the negotiations.
Silence. I am here to speak with King Serenoa, not his servant.
I have given Benedict full rights to be here. Consider his words my own.
So the bird did not break free after all. His vassal opened the cage door. Very well then. But allow me to make this clear. If you wish for an alliance, you will give me the Salt Crystal Veins. They belong to Esfrost for having discovered them in the first place.
We cannot do that.
Then we have nothing to discuss.
Pray answer me this, Archduke. What do you intend to do with the salt?
People need salt to live, but here in Norzelia, it is owned entirely by Hyzant and the Consortium. Their high taxes make it nearly impossible for some to obtain. Once I defeat Hyzant, I will abolish both that abhorrent Consortium and its taxes, and allow free trade throughout the land. I would ensure that any who desire salt receive their fair share of it.
That would make you the only one with control over salt. It is no different than Hyzant now.
I do not covet riches like they do. Under my rule, the people would have salt. They would finally have freedom. This is the only future before us.
I beg to differ. We intend to make salt available to all. Anyone will be able to obtain as much as they like for a modest price.
You would put control of salt in the hands of the people? To what end?
To change the world with the potential residing within every grain of salt. For example, preserving foods with salt would make life and trade more prosperous than ever before. Using salt in leather and glass crafting could create newer and better goods. Farmers could give it to their livestock, and it could also be used in various medicines.
Can you use salt for glass?
It can even be used in explosives.
How do you know about that?
These are but a handful of examples. If we give the people access to salt, there is no telling how many other uses they may find. Norzelia will enter a golden age of prosperity, and her people will thrive like never before.
I did not take you for an idealist. I think we both know that the people lack the intelligence for innovation.
They just haven't been afforded the chance. But with the proper mechanisms in place, they can be taught. I have already started work on a plan to make salt available over the course of several years.
Do not underestimate the people's greed. It won't be long before they turn on their rulers, intoxicated by the power of salt.
The very nation you sought to defeat feared the same, and sought to control them with their goddess's might.
Archduke Gustadolf, I do not fear a free people. I wish to lead them, but will fight if I must. That is why I took this throne. I believe anyone who wishes to rule the new Norzelia should be prepared to do the same.
Tell me this. How did you know salt possesses such potential?
I'll do it.
And I would ask you in return, were you unaware of it yourself? It was all written in a book Lord Dragan gave us.
It is the result of his extensive research at the Esfrosti archives.
Dragan. You mean to say it was the knowledge of one of my own? Had I made him Prime Minister, our positions would be reversed.
Sucks for you.
This is my punishment for seeing him killed. Very well. Consider me interested in the future House Wolfort sees for this world. As the Archduke of Esfrost, I hereby swear my allegiance to your cause.
You have our thanks, Archduke Gustadolf.
It is only a matter of time until Hyzant realizes what we are planning. Let us proceed to the War Council.
Lead the way. Glenbrook and Esfrost have entered into an alliance. You and I are enemies no longer.
I am glad to hear it. Thank you for joining our cause.
Together, we will strike down Hyzant, for the Roselle as well. I am sure your mother would have been happy to hear it.
Indeed.
Frederica, do you resent me for attacking House Wolfort?
I have come to an understanding of what you hoped to accomplish. Your duties as Archduke outweigh your personal desires.
Precisely. I have no regrets for what I've done.
Neither do I regret standing against you, or slaying Erica and Thalis.
That was fun, though.
Not because I harbor personal grudges against any of you, but because my eyes must look not to the past, but to the future.
King Serenoa said the same earlier.
It should come as no surprise, Archduke Gustadolf. He and I walk the same path, hand in hand.
You've grown strong, Frederica.
The Kingdom of Glenbrook and the Duchy of Esfrost enter an alliance. Their combined forces led by Serenoa. Together, they set out to strike down the holy state of Hyzant. Sensing their movements, the Desert Nation summons Exham soldiers home from their march on the Grand Norzelian mines to prepare for the arrival of the Allied forces. Though the walls around the holy state have kept it safe for many years, it is now up to Benedict to discern how best to penetrate the goddess's shield.
Just so much dialogue. Insane amount. Benedict has already made the first move against Hyzant. There's definitely not going to be a battle today. There's no way. We just have to, like, just look at the battlefield. That's about it.
Benedict, have you finalized our plan of attack against Hyzant?
I have. We shall shatter the goddess's shield with Esfrost's death knell. We can then storm the capital and take Hyzant. However, there is one problem that remains. Transporting, placing, and firing the weapon will take a considerable amount of time. So we must draw the Hyzantian army's attention away from the cannon until it is ready.
But they might confine themselves to their castle rather than come out and fight us.
That's good.
We must draw them out. We cannot allow them the opportunity to calmly scout about.
Buying time against Minister Exham's forces won't be easy. The damage will be great, even if we do succeed. Esfrost cannot hope to triumph alone.
Which is why I have measures in place to ensure our victory. Anna, did you send the letter like I asked?
What letter?
Yes. I sent an unsigned message to Minister Tenebris.
Tenebris.
It included details of his and Sorslay's illicit salt trade and their profitable underground arena.
Well, Tenebris was a skinny guy with the hood over his face of the Saltly 7. Soulsley is the guy we dealt with. That was Conehead.
I also added that we would report it to the Holy One, and enclosed a copy of the evidence I gathered.
Perfect. Tenebris will fear for his position and desperately look for any way to establish himself worthy of his seat. And what of Claris?
As predicted, he has returned to Hyzant.
I guess that's the big guy? Bald one?
Claris was master of the underground arena, and Tenebris his bookmaker.
Maybe not. Maybe he was the consortium guy.
Now the merchant needs someone in his
Yeah.
corner, and the saint needs a pawn. With nowhere left to go, the two will join forces and be the ones to throw Hyzant's strategy into disarray. They will do anything to defeat House Wolford.
I see. We should be able to buy time against their improvised army, but there is no guarantee it will work.
One last letter should be all the push that Tenebris needs.
Another letter?
Signed by Prince Roland, asking for his aid in destroying House Wolford, who stole his throne. It lays out a plan in which Prince Roland will attack us from behind with his own army, while we fight Tenebris in front.
What?
There is no reason for him to doubt it. I forged his handwriting and sealed it with the royal badge.
But how?
I made an imprint of his ring when I took it to fake his death. I thought it might come in handy someday.
Benedict.
Everyone knows of Prince Roland and King Serenoa's disagreement. If Tenebris thinks he has a chance of winning, he will take it. Even if the odds aren't in his favor.
I understand. But does King Serenoa know?
No, he does not. He would not forgive me for using Prince Roland as such. This was entirely my cunning.
Damn.
King Serenoa.
Oh shit.
Your plan gives us the greatest chance of victory.
Oh.
I hereby order you to see it through.
Damn.
Are you certain?
Didn't see that coming.
There's no going back for us. Only forward.
As you command.
His decision made, Serenoa marches toward Hyzant, certain a victorious end will justify even the most underhanded means. A letter, forged with his old friend's name, arrives in the Holy State, and all the pieces begin to move according to Benedict's plan.
I see. So House Wolford seeks to destroy not only Hyzant, but the Consortium as well.
Yes. They would bring ruin to the Order of Norzelia we worked so hard to build. Minister Tenebris, you must have the Holy Ones strike them down.
But of course, House Wolford must be punished for defying the goddess. Were that I able to chasten them with my own hands. Alas, I am unfit to command. But you, Lord Claris, are a master at assembling the mercenaries and ruffians in the underground arena.
It is only natural for a merchant to have knowledge of battle. He must protect his wares at all costs.
How heartening it is to hear you say that. Now I am certain there is no other who could fulfill my request. Lord Claris, I wish for you to serve me and ride to battle against House Wolford. You may leave the issue of troops to me.
You wish for me to command your soldiers?
Our odds are more favorable than you think. You see,
Just
I
like he
received a
said.
letter from a certain someone not days ago. Let us defeat the usurpers of House Wolfort together. Signed by King Roland himself.
King Roland? Truly?
It has the seal of the royal family. I have confirmed it myself to be true.
So King Roland really was overthrown. Were I in his shoes, I would also want revenge against such traitors.
He also wrote that he will spring a surprise attack from behind during the battle.
Oh! With King Roland on our side, House Wolfort won't stand a chance against us. Have you spoke to anyone else of this, Minister Tenebris?
No. You are the only one I wish to share this victory with.
I am happy to hear it. I will do all I can in your service.
What if he did really spring a trap on us? Roland just showed up out of nowhere. No, get off that. Let's see what happens. That's our first green one, like forever.
When you said you would gather the troops, I had not expected cavalry, Minister Tenebris.
It was the least I could do to ensure our victory. I leave them in your charge, Lord Claris. Once you defeat Wolfort, a seat among the Saintly Seven will be left open. And I think none more fitting for that place as the Minister of Salt than you, Lord Claris.
You flatter me, Minister Tenebris. I think your deeds this day may earn you the position of Minister Idor.
Yes. With this victory, I can erase the sins of my past.
House Wolfort is coming this way. Are you sure you needn't any aid, Mr. Tenebris? I know you wish to lead the vanguard, but House Wolfort is not to be underestimated.
Worry not, Minister Exham. I have given Lord Claris a certain path to victory.
Yes, you may rest easy.
Understood. Then I leave it to you.
Let us watch Lord Claris triumph over House Wolfort together.
I pray for your victory. Even should you lose, the goddess's shield will protect us.
I don't know shit. Game over for them. We don't got no money. Let's see what happens here.
Archduke Gustadolf and Lord Svarog's armies have left with the cannon.
We still don't know if Mrs. Berry works tomorrow. If Mrs. Berry works tomorrow, we'll do the weekend stream that Pi wanted. If she doesn't work, we'll have to bounce it around till we can find a weekend for it. Excuse me.
Be able to sneak around the city's southern side and make the necessary preparations.
And let us make our move too. Finally, I'm ready for a fight.
Do not forget, our objective is to draw the enemy's eyes to us and stall for time.
I know. We'll draw their forces to the western side of the shield, while Esfrost readies the cannon to the south. And after they blast through the wall, we pour in and take the palace, right?
Exactly. We must be cautious. King Serenoa, please speak with the soldiers before we depart. Hearing their commander's words will no doubt raise their spirits.
I shall.
Two and a half hours We make our stand against Hisen's Vanguard. We're gonna talk to 4 guys. Direct the barricades, solidify our defenses. We must not let the enemy within. Is near. Make sure we are truly prepared. We're gonna get free roam. I can see all the shinies. Can we save it here? No. Well, we'll have to do the exploration again. At least Monday, if not tomorrow. It all depends on if she works, but yeah. We're out of time. We will go ahead and pick it up tomorrow and try to finish it. We'll stream until she comes home. If we can do a Saturday stream. If not, it'll be back on for Monday. And then it's Ginger's game and Fernax, and then we'll go from there. It should be Kenna's after that, but we'll see. Until then, we're out of here. Hope you guys have a nice weekend. Thanks for hanging out. And we're done with dialogue strategy for today. So much talking. So much talking. We had some nice twists, though. We'll give it that. But we're out of here. We'll see you guys tomorrow or Monday. All right. We're out of here.